to my paper 20th Century Malayalam Literature in English Translation. Core paper opted for 3rd semester BA English students. Raman. Raman is a protector, a king. Hanuman. Is he not a human being? Raman. No. Just a bridge built by the human race to cross over the great sea of time. That bridge should not shake, not move this way and that. Raman is the protector, is the king, and he is compared to a bridge built by the human race, and that bridge is not supposed to shake on either way. Hanuman. Lord, please forgive me. Now I understand everything. You are inventing a new interpretation for statecraft. You are putting it to test and making it practically usable. May you be victorious. But I fear that this statecraft, which breaks and smashes relationships of the soul, is an eternal curse to this earth. Please allow me to depart. രാമനോട് സംസാരിച്ച് നിൽക്കാൻ താല്പര്യമില്ലാതെ പറയാണ്, please allow me to depart. I do not wish to stay here anymore. What value does the friendship begun at Rishyamukam have in this process of statecraft? It is just a relationship of the soul. In a heart which has no place for Sita, will there be a place for Sugrivan, a place for this servant Hanuman? No, no, blessed one. All his life Hanuman has learned and practiced the lessons of friendship. This servant knows to give up anything. Why even sacrifice myself for love? You do know that, don't you? Raman, beloved friend, emotionally. Hanuman. A new experience. A human being turned into a lifeless axle pin of the chariot that rules, or into the statecraft's knife. I have no place among human beings. I worshipped only one person. That man was not stone. Now I am convinced that he is stone. Yan worship Cheda Raman now has become a stone. So Hanuman, who has a weakness for love, has no place in the midst of human beings. My life ends here. The solitary and peaceful summits of Himalaya will offer a refuge to me. I am going to Himalaya. No human beings there. No statecraft. The icy covering of eternal peace will console me. Himalayadil ee parayna statecraft o human beings onnu illa. I will be happy there. I can find peace there. Raman. You too? No, why not? I wish you well. Hanuman. I should see Sita, Devi, and bid farewell. But I do not have the strength to do that. If my heart breaks and I die in her presence, it will be her divine hands that take care of me in the end. Please permit me to leave. This is my last darshan of you. May the Lord who is all powerful bless you. Hanuman respectfully places his palms together and departs. Tears flow intermittently from Raman's eyes. After some time, he jumps up from his seat and cries in a heartbreaking voice, Dear son. In the distance, the indistinct chant of Jai Sitaram from many throats can be heard. The song describing Raman's story resounds. Who sees this lotus pond where the sun lotus blooms, offering the great eternal fragrance? Described by sage Augustine. The river Godavari flows, the river of Devas, surrounded by a cluster of flowering trees. You can see the elegance of beauty and the happiness of swans. The palace is full of deer which move and jump gracefully. 1,000 rainbows opened up. As the peacocks began to dance, there you can see the towering mountain ranges. Indeed a pleasant and happy sight for the eyes. What can one say about the beauty of... The sound of the recital is now low. The scene is silent. Raman. Panchavati. As though in a dream, there I can see Panchavati. Bharadan asked those ascetic boys to come before me and sing. Urmila. Sita, if only you could see this. Bharadan goes off. The courtiers become anxious. Vasishtan enters from the opposite side. Vasishtan. Maharajan, you are stumbling into danger. This is the beginning. Why should those children come before you and sing? Raman pleading. That song gives my heart an unearthly peace. Please allow me to listen to that. I need peace now. Vasishtan. You shudder on hearing the voice of the heart. Even I do not have the strength to save you. But one more request from Vasishtan before he admits defeat. Can't you avoid seeing those children? മക്കളെ കണ്ടാൽ പിന്നെ എന്താ പറയുക, കൂടുതൽ അസ്വസ്ഥനാവും അല്ലേ രാമൻ. ഓ ഗുരു, ഐ ജസ്റ്റ് വാണ്ട് ടു സീ ദം വൺസ്. ഐ ഷാൽ ബി സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈഡ് വിത്ത് ദാറ്റ്. വസിഷ്ഠൻ, when the dam breaks, the flow of water will stop only at the ocean. Raman, can't you too hear it, Guru? Off stage the flow of song begins. Vasishtan, I hear the sound of the downfall of Aryavartam. Ramachandra Maharajan, your Kulaguru withdraws. May the Almighty give you the strength. Vasishtan, exit. When the song reaches its crescendo, Kushan and Levin enter singing. Kushan and Levin. As she went plucking the flowers, she watched with wide open eyes, with a spring of love in her heart. It moved joyfully for some time, seen as the garden deer at first. It gave rise to feelings of wonder. Raman, O beloved boys, who are you? Levin and Kushan, disciples of Valmiki. Kushan and Levin. Urmila, impatiently, who is your mother? Kushan, we are permitted only to say disciples of Valmiki. അമ്മയായിരുന്നു നെയിം പറയാൻ നമ്മൾ പാടില്ലല്ലേ. ഊർമിള, beloved children, come closer. Urmila and the children move nearer to each other. Urmila embraces and kisses the children and weeps. Son, do you know this mother? Kushan, Levin, she looks very much like mother. അമ്മയെ പോലെ ഉണ്ടല്ലേ. Urmila embraces the children once again with tears in her eyes. The courtiers too weep. Raman, who wrote this poem? Kushan, Sage Valmiki. He wrote the story of Raman in 500 chapters and taught us. Levin, our Guru is now composing the second half of Raman's story. Faradan, pay respects to the hero of Raman's story. Kushan and Levin, Ramachandra Maharajan, may you who established the Aryavamsham be blessed. Bows respectfully. Raman, haven't you sent the invitation to Sage Valmiki? Faradan, the sage has come. Raman, I am blessed. Meanwhile, Kushan and Levin whisper something to each other. Levin to Kushan, no, I shall ask. To Raman, Maharajan, in the description of the coronation, our Guru has described that Vaidehi, Sita, sat adorning your left side. Rajan, where is Vaidehi? Raman is startled. Kushan, we are anxious to see Sita Devi. Rajan, where is Devi? So without knowing that Vaidehi or Sita is their own mother, they are asking where is Sita to their father. How ironical. Courtiers look at one another. Urmila, children, haven't you seen her? Sita stands there in the Yagashala, a metal statue. Kushan, who cursed that generous soul? King, how did that jewel among chaste women turn into metal? Their childish way of talking. Raman, desolate. When you study the latter part of Raman's story, you will understand that too. Let Valmiki himself tell this world that story also. Please present 18,000 gold coins to these beloved boys. Valmiki second half രാമായണത്തിൽ എഴുതുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് അത് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയാൽ മതി അല്ലേ രാമൻ്റെ ആ കഥ. Kushan, O king, why do we need gold coins? Levin, we will not accept your gold coins. Kushan, we who live in the hermitage and sustain ourselves on fruits and roots, what use do we have for this gold? Gold coins in ആവശ്യം നമുക്കില്ലല്ലേ. We are young ascetics. Raman, in that place, please tell me what you want. Kushan, permit us to sing before all the inhabitants of Ayodhya the history of your bravery so that they can hear it. Levin, Maharajan, in your kingdom do not permit faithful wives to be turned into metal statues. So it is a request from the part of Levin that in your kingdom please do not permit faithful wives, chaste wives to be turned into metal statues. Raman, O great Lord Vishnu, begins to meditate in an attempt to gain mental strength. The sound of wooden sandals. The guard enters and announces Sage Valmiki and exit. Levin, Kushan, our Gurunathan. Raman, Bharadan, welcome and receive the sage. Bharadan, Maharajan, please forgive me. I request you to take some rest. You do not have the mental peace to receive anyone. I shall receive the sage. Take care of him and make him happy. You can meet him by and by. ഇപ്പം രാമന് ആവശ്യം എന്താണ്? മെൻ്റൽ റെസ്റ്റ് ആണെന്ന് ഭരതൻ പറയുന്നു. രാമൻ, Kumaran, tenderly, you are aiming at and smashing this head with love. But the king of Ayodhya is not a coward, nor a weak man who deserves compassion. Please remember that any kind of victory is impossible in this world. if Raman is defeated. Go and bring the sage. I do not have anything to hide from the poet who sang Raman's story. Bharadan exit. Sage Valmiki enters with her disciple. When that divine form with long white hair and beard appears, Sri Raman and the courtiers rise and pay their respects to him. Behind him, Bharadan also enters.